everybody, welcome to Thursday, the 16th of February. I am just printing all the orders out for the Advent, just so we've got paper copies in case when it comes to it anything happens with the computer. I just want to have backup and make sure I've got backup. So those of you that have ordered the Advent, if you notice that the order has been fulfilled, it's because I've had to fulfill it on the website. Hang on, just press print. In order to keep the website in order, I've had to fulfill each order. Obviously, as you know, the Advents get sent out mid-November. So I am just printing a paper copy of each one, just in case, you never know. So I've got a paper copy and a computer copy as well of everyone that's ordered. So I am just doing that and clicking fulfill as I print each one out. Next one. Print order page. So, it is 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm a little bit late picking up the camera this morning, so I wanted to get all my jobs done. I've got all my cleaning jobs done and just getting on with this. And then I think we'll have to nip out to Tesco's or something. Not that I want to, but we haven't done a proper shopping since you got ill. 1 second, I'll edit me fulfilling items out in a minute. Fulfill. And then we need to go and count.
I'm already doing
the paper copies against the computer copies. Just to doubly make sure. So that's all I'm doing right now. I shall be back in a bit when there's something more interesting to show you. And actually, I've just had the most lovely comment off somebody, and she's so right. I was talking yesterday about the lace section on... Hang on, let me just press fulfill on this, otherwise I'll get out of the train. And I'll go back into it in a second. About being nervous of doing the charts on the lace section. First of all, Mandy did help me, so thank you so much, Mandy. I was really grateful for your help last night. But second of all, you are absolutely right. It really is just a case of you've seen something on YouTube, somebody tells you that it's difficult, and then you automatically think it's difficult yourself. And 9 times out of 10, it isn't. So we should, when somebody says it's difficult, i.e. me, don't listen to me, because it's not. It really isn't. So I'm going to be very aware of that when I podcast, because it isn't difficult at all. It's just knitting. It's just knitting and purling. That's it. So yeah, I do need to be aware of that, because I've been put off for the same thing, thinking something's difficult, and it just isn't. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this now, and I'll be back in a bit. Shopping is all done. Move my bag, sorry about that. I am so pleased the shopping is done. Been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. But it's done. We've got everything we need till next week now.
Hello everyone.
There he is.
Hi.
I look a bit windswept, don't I?
Huh?
I look a bit windswept.
I'm turning my hat. My woolly hat.
Your woolly hat.
My woolly hat.
That I didn't even knit him.
Cheers, guys.
Right, we're going to go home now, get all this shopping put away. And then, I don't know. But we shall see you in a bit. All done. Oops, finger in front of the camera. Everything's done, all the shopping is away. I can now have a coffee, go and sit down. I've started putting the heel in my sock earlier on. So I'm going to go and finish putting the heel in, about halfway through it. I'm having a double, try not to spin the camera, a double chocolate mocha. So I'm going to enjoy that. 1 sec, I'm just getting sat down. Here we are. Yeah. Oh, so I'm going to get the heel put in my sock, and then I'm going to switch over to my jumper for a little bit. I'm really enjoying it. I said to you this morning I started the lace section last night. I don't know why I'm messing with my hair. It's hair wash day. That is why my hair's like this. I started the lace section last night following the charts, and yeah, it's fine. Absolutely fine. I've not had any problems mixing up the symbols because I've been using the Knit Companion. So it puts like a highlighter section on the row that you're on, which really makes it easier for me to read. So yeah, it's fine, no problems, and I am so enjoying it. I had a little bit of worry last night because I thought I'd used nearly a full ball already. Let me show you. Hang on. I'll show you properly later when we sit down and have a chat, but when I got to the end of the ribbing bit, I thought I'd used a full ball. Anyway, I weighed it. I hadn't. I'd used half a ball. But yeah, I'll show it you properly later. But yeah, so I'm going to finish off the heel on my sock, then that's the heel done on that sock, and then I can just pick that up whenever and finish that off. I've got till the end of March to enter it into Denise's make-along, which I will be doing. My daffodil's no, it's not nearly grown at all. Did you see it the other day? You did last week, didn't you? Look, it's getting little buds on it now. Isn't it gorgeous? That's a really old pot. Had it ages. Yeah. Matches it lovely, doesn't it? So that's me for a little bit. I will be back. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? Guess what I found? I found it yesterday. Completely forgotten about this. My ugly blanket. So while I'm chatting, I'm going to sit and work on this, I think. I hope you've all had a lovely day. It is 25 to 6 now. We've had tea. Everybody had a different meal tonight. Danny and Josh had chicken pie. I had fish cakes. Finlay had pasta. And then we just did chips and veg with it. It was really nice. Shopping's all done, which is good. So, yeah, I'm ready now to go for a nice soak in the bath. Get my hair washed. Hopefully it'll look a little bit more presentable tomorrow. And yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. Exciting. So, I was going to show you the progress on the halo top, wasn't I? I'll do that now. So, that's the back. This is the progress that I've made. Isn't it gorgeous? I really like it. And that's you can't really see the lace because it's all bunched up. But yeah, I really like it. It's lovely. It does say in the pattern, once you get down to the point that you're separating for the sleeves, to put it onto waste yarn and give it a little steam to make sure it's long enough. So I may have to do that. But I think if I just measure it, as long as I've got at least 8 inches, it should be fine, I think. I'm not too concerned. But the short rows in it are wrap and turns, and I've done them before in, I think it was the Hokey Lokey Telly pattern. What pattern was it? Pure Joy Shawl, that was it. I've done them in that before. But they weren't my favourite. I've kind of got used to doing the other ones. Now, Mandy, you are going to laugh at me now, but I'm going to say German short rows. The ones where you pull the yarn over and turn it into a double stitch. Is that German short rows? They are the ones that I now prefer. And I was watching the interview that Linda did. Linda from Linda Simpson podcast channel interviewed Martin last night from Knit 365 blog. It was a fantastic interview. So I was watching that last night, and Martin said quite flippantly, but my ears really pricked up at it. He said that anything with knitting, you can always substitute, and he was talking about a time that he'd had to do short rows, and there was a particular short row stitch that he didn't like doing, and somebody else said, well, just substitute it. And it had never even occurred to him to substitute it. So when I read this in the pattern last night, I thought, I can probably just substitute it for the short rows that I like. And then I carried on reading in the pattern, and it does say exactly that. So I think I'm going to substitute out the wrap and turns. All that was to say that. But yeah, so that was such a good interview last night. It really was. If you haven't caught up with that yet, I do recommend going to watch it. It was absolutely brilliant. And as well, I know, Paula, sometimes you watch from time to time, so I'm sending you lots and lots of get well soon wishes. Oh, poor Paula from Stitched by Mrs. D has the dreaded COVID and has had to cancel the yarn show that she was doing this weekend. So Paula, sending lots of love and get well wishes. I hope that you're not too poorly. So yeah. And there was something else I was going to tell you. What was that? I was thinking earlier, I must remember to mention that on the vlog, and I've completely forgotten what that was. I have no idea. Totally gone out of my head. It can't have been important, can it? So I've not really worked on the jumper yet much today, so I'm going to pick that up when I've had my nice bath and the video is uploading to YouTube. I'm going to pick up my jumper and work on that for the rest of the evening. I've done some work on Danny's socks. I've done a little bit of work on, well, I've put the heel into my sock. And yeah, I'll just work on this while I'm chatting to you. I wonder how much of this blanket I could get done if I just worked on this during these evening chats for the rest of March. Shall we try that? So at the moment, I have done nearly 3 rounds of the blue. So if I just work on this for the rest of March, only during these evening chats, I wonder how much I get. But it's not much. But it's about 2 rows, maybe 3. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. Yeah, we're out and about tomorrow, so I'll take you with us tomorrow when we go out and about. You'll find out tomorrow where we're going. It's nowhere exciting. Oh, I'm at the end of a row. I have done 3 rows then. There you go. The dog's snoring at the side of me, if you can hear that. Whenever I do crochet, like this crochet square, I know a few people do this technique, but to keep it square, I've just joined in my stitches to the other one. I chain up 3 and then I turn the work and I'll do 2 more trebles into that space. And if you turn your work when you chain up, it keeps your square square. I can't remember where I found that out, actually. I've been doing that for years. It was probably off a YouTube channel. Probably off a YouTube channel. I've missed doing the podcast, actually. I can't wait to do my first podcast episode back. Get that done. I've actually quite missed it, but it is really hard to podcast during the vlogs because it's mainly for the camera because there just isn't the space. I don't have the storage on my phone to hold a podcast video and the vlogs as well, so I'd either have to not vlog or not podcast. And I always feel when I'm vlogging that I don't have as much to, because I'm showing stuff all the time during the vlogs anyway. The podcast would just be one long repeat. At least if I leave the podcast until the vlogs are over, I'm more likely to have stuff finished and I can talk about what I've actually, you know, any modifications I've made and things like that. But I have missed the podcast. I'm looking forward to my new cast on as well. Oh, and the yarn. Somebody was asking about the yarn that I was talking about yesterday. Yeah, it's still not quite dry, so I could show you it, but it's not quite dry. So I will show you that. All right, Jack. I'll show you it when it's dry. Hopefully it'll be dry tomorrow. Well, I'm sure it'll be dry tomorrow, so I can show you it then. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new cast on Sunday. I'm going to cast on the Slip Stravaganza. I know I mentioned that yesterday, but I'm really excited about it. I've got yarn. I've got a black, a hot pink, and a bright yellow, and a bright green. So it's going to be a bright one. I'm really looking forward to casting that on. I'm going to try and get the lace section finished on the Halen jumper before I start the Stephen West. But I am really looking for. I don't think I've ever had a Mother's Day cast on. I don't tend to do the official cast ons just because I'm usually in the middle of a big project or there's always some reason, but I don't tend to do things like that. But this time I'm going to. Definitely going to. Don't forget, everybody, as well, the make along is still going on. That finishes on the 1st of June as well. And then we'll have to think of another make along to do after that one. Don't quite know what yet. I was going to do a Christmas jumper along in July, but I think there's so many people doing it, I don't think I'm going to bother, because there are a real lot of people doing it. So I don't think I'll do that one, but I'll think of something else. I think I do quite enjoy the make-alongs. I'm determined this year to have it. Well, I'm saying I'm determined to have a Christmas jumper. I'm really not determined to have a Christmas jumper. I would really like to knit a Christmas jumper. I really, really would. But I think this year I've just got so many projects that I want to get done. I think it's silly to set myself that goal this year of doing it, because I don't think I'm going to have time. And I'd have to start it in September, really. And then I wouldn't want it to be a Christmas jumper. I'd like it to be a winter jumper, so I can wear it just for more than December. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to have time this year, because I want to do the MCAL in October. And I want to do Knit Vent again this year. I really enjoyed that last year. It was brilliant. So that's October pretty much taken out. And then December, I'm doing Advent knitting. So that's December. I'm doing a make-along, as I told you the other day, with Alice from Socksy Nana Alice. Just me and her are doing the Hokey Lokey Telly shawl together, but I think she'd said summer for that. And it's quite a big shawl, so that's going to take some doing. So I don't think I'm going to have time to do a Christmas jumper this year. But we'll see. Maybe, I don't know, the knitting elves will come in and help me with some of my projects. Wouldn't that be great, eh? If you could just have someone that would just knit the sections, like when you're in like the sleeve island and things on jumpers, somebody could just come in and knit it for you. And then you just get to cast it off. It would take the fun away though, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be fun anymore. Oh, that was it, this star flanket. I want to start the star flanket as well. I'll be starting that. What are we in now? We're in March now. I'll probably start that May, June time, I think. The star flanket. That's being run by Caroline, who has the Aria Bark podcast. I think it runs till the end of the year, I think. Caroline has the Aria Bark podcast. I will link Caroline's channel in the description box below. So if you want to do the star flanket, you can do that. And yeah, that's going to be a fun one to do. That, I'm sure, is it a DK weight? Let me just have a look. I think it's DK weight, that one. Oops. The dog's snoring, if you can hear that. Star flanket. I'm sure it's DK weight. Yes, it is. See, I like this version of it. That'd be the sort of colours that I'd be going for, like jewel tones. Yeah, I might start that in May or June and get that done. Then I've got a nice new blanket for the winter. Wonder how big it is. How big is it? I don't know, it doesn't say. Look at that one with the light blue. Oh, it's huge. It covers Stephen's entire body. It's massive. That's a nice one, isn't it? Oh, yes. I'll be starting that soon. I might do them colours. What's that? Pink, blue, orange, green, purple. I think it's got a bit of grey in it. Yeah, I'm not doing brioche again. I did brioche in the Starflake for Mandy's make-along. Back on talking about what I mentioned this morning about things being difficult because you hear it on YouTube. The brioche I did not find difficult. The thing that frustrated me was you have to concentrate such a lot on it. So when I've got kids running around, it was really hard to do. Not hard. I'm using the wrong word again. I'm putting people off before they try things. I must not do that. It wasn't difficult. It just took a lot of concentration. And I just found if I wasn't concentrating 100%, then I'd made a mistake. So when I do the star flanket, I'm going to do the garter section instead of the brioche, I think. Yeah, I do really want to be more mindful of that, because I was talking about exactly that to my friend Shelley, about how when, you know, you're watching a YouTube video and somebody says something's difficult, you automatically think that you can't do it. And it's not always the case. A, what one person finds difficult, another person may not. B, it depends on your concentration level that day. So, you know, some days you've got all the concentration in the world to concentrate on things. I'm saying the word concentrate an awful lot there. And other days you don't. It's just that simple. So I'm going to be really mindful about saying things are difficult. My friend Shelley's going to laugh at me here. When my friend started knitting, she's a fantastic knitter, she really is, and she wanted to make socks, and I said, just go for it. I said, they're really easy. And I think I actually told her, bearing in mind she hadn't really been reading knitting patterns very much then, and I think somehow I'd mistakenly told her that most people knit socks for the first knitting pattern. And because I'd told her that, she did it. And it wasn't till she found out, it was actually on the Discord group, that wasn't the case, that she realised there should have been much harder than there were, but she did it so easily. And she's a fantastic knitter. And I think we all have that same thing. You allow yourself sometimes to think that something's too difficult to try, and at the end of the day it is just knits and pearls. So I really want to be more mindful of doing that. Anybody can do anything, I think. If you want to do it, you'll do it. I think Martin last night was talking about he taught himself to crochet, and he still doesn't class himself as a crocheter, even though he's made garments and he crochets the most amazing toft animals, which I think are really complicated. Here we go again, putting ideas in your head. But he still doesn't class himself as a crocheter, or is it a knitter he doesn't class himself as? No, it's a crocheter. And he should be, because he makes the most amazing, amazing things. I mean, some of those toft birds with all the beads in, wow. So yeah, I'm going to be more mindful of that in the future. I think I've waffled actually a little bit tonight, haven't I? I don't think I've done a lot of talking today. That's maybe why. Maybe I've just waffled at you. Because I haven't been speaking very much today. Do you know why? Because I've had my ears glued to that Audible book. Oh my word. I will let you go in a minute, I'm really sorry. That Audible book I told you that I downloaded yesterday, it is called The Stranger's Wife, and it is by Anna Lou Weatherly. I'll show you the... It is brilliant. It's a detective crime style book, so you can expect there are, you know, crime, how can I explain it? It's not a nice rom-com, anything like that. It is a little bit hard-hitting at times, but it's a very, very good book. Really, really good book. I haven't been able to put it down. I think it was 9 hours, and I've only got 3 hours, 56 minutes left. It's been brilliant, so hence why today I've just been sat listening to that one. All my jobs that I've been doing, I've had my Audible book on, and when I go for a bath, I'll have my Audible book on. But yeah, if you want in a book to read, that one's included in the Audible membership as well, so you don't have to use a credit for it. And I think, well, I know because I looked about 10 minutes ago, there is another book by the same author included in Audible as well. So yeah. And on that lovely note, I am going to let you all go because I'm just waffling, and you're all probably fallen asleep by now or switched off. So I'll be back tomorrow for day 17. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Bye-bye.